仙界竟能将其皮剥下，肉质成甲，杀而不咸，绝非凡品。
What is the true origin of the ancient god leather armor and the 9 black skulls carved from beast bones that Wang Lin obtained? It is no surprise that they became some of his greatest trump cards throughout the second stage of cultivation. In the latest events, after Wang Lin helped Li Yuan remove the slave seal from his body, the two ventured together into the Thunder Celestial Realm in search of treasures. Both reaped considerable rewards, especially the 2 treasures that Wang Lin acquired. Each possessed an astonishing origin, the ancient god leather armor. The first treasure was the ancient god leather armor. This armor was crafted from the hide of an 8-star ancient god. When Wang Lin first obtained it, he only had enough time to store it away. He had no opportunity to study its functions and had no idea who its original owner had been. It was not until after leaving the Thunder Celestial Realm and unexpectedly being teleported to the Immortal Chosen clan that he finally had the chance to refine the armor in peace. Based on everything he had experienced in the ancient celestial realm, Wang Lin speculated that the armor had most likely once belonged to Xiaozi. During the refinement process, he was astonished to discover that the armor still contained an independent strand of damaged divine soul. Had another several tens of thousands of years passed, that remnant primordial spirit might have awakened on its own, developed independent consciousness, and become the armor's artifact spirit. Although an artifact spirit was an incomparably precious existence, Wang Lin would never be able to gain complete control over the armor unless he erased it. In the end, he had no choice but to destroy that incomplete consciousness and leave behind his own divine soul imprint upon the armor. The moment he did so, he immediately sensed a familiar aura emanating from it. Without needing to summon it, the ancient god leather armor automatically merged into his body and enveloped his primordial spirit. At first, Wang Lin only knew that the armor was extraordinary, but he had no idea just how formidable its defensive power truly was. That changed after he'd left the Immortal Chosen clan and was hunted by the Yao clan through the Firmament Order. He encountered Yao Bingyan, one of the 3 phoenixes of the Luotian star domain. She possessed the God-destroying seal, a technique that specialized in attacking the primordial spirit, and her cultivation had already reached the mid-Kuinie realm. An ordinary Ying realization, realm cultivator struck by this attack would almost certainly die. However, the ancient god leather armor demonstrated its decisive value. It blocked the vast majority of the damage directed at Wang Lin's primordial spirit, giving him the opportunity to use the moon-gazing bone to carry out a devastating massacre. That was only the beginning. After returning to the Alliance star domain, the ancient god leather armor continued to serve as one of Wang Lin's greatest trump cards, allowing him to fight opponents far beyond his own cultivation level, most notably in the land of monster spirits when he was targeted by Shu Kong Zi, whose cultivation had reached great perfection, shattered nirvana. He would never have survived until the very end with only his ancient god body if the armor had not protected his primordial spirit. Even during his final falling out with Allseer Tian Yunzi, the armor silently continued to shield Wang Lin's primordial spirit, ultimately preserving his life. Later, the ancient god leather armor completely fused with his primordial spirit, becoming an inseparable layer of protection that would remain with him forever. The second treasure. Just how terrifying was the mysterious black skull that Wang Lin obtained? Why can it be said that this was Wang Lin's true invincible trump card during the early stages of his cultivation journey? This seemingly ordinary black skull was called the Mother-Child Dao Skull. Although its appearance was plain and unremarkable, the power concealed within it was terrifying beyond imagination. The Mother-Child Dao Skull possessed an extraordinary origin. It had once been a supreme immortal treasure of the Thunder Ancient Celestial Realm, belonging to Xiaoyao Immortal King. During the Great War, when the immortals of the Ancient Celestial Realm joined forces to besiege the ancient gods, Xiaoyao Immortal King carried this treasure into battle. Although the immortals ultimately emerged victorious, the Mother-Child Dao Skull was severely damaged during the conflict. Its treasure body suffered extensive destruction, causing its power to decline dramatically. Originally, the Immortal King intended to slowly nurture and restore it in the future. However, disaster struck when the ancient Celestial Emperor descended into madness, plunging the entire ancient Celestial Realm into a catastrophic civil war. Xiaoyao Immortal King ultimately perished in the final battle, As a result, this heavily damaged supreme immortal treasure was forgotten within his storage space, where it remained dormant for countless ages. The treasure consisted of 9 pieces of beast bones, 1 primary skull with 4 sharp spikes, 8 smaller auxiliary bone fragments. Together, they formed an incredibly profound ancient formation. When Wang Lin first obtained it, he discovered that it could not be bound through ordinary methods. Every attempt to imprint it with his divine soul failed. After repeated experimentation, he finally uncovered its unique method of refinement. Arrange the 8 smaller bone fragments around the main skull according to the ancient formation. Use 8 immortal swords to assist the refinement. Spend 3 continuous days gradually separating the treasure before merging it into his own primordial spirit. Only then did he barely succeed in completely subduing this supreme treasure, after recognizing him as its master, the mother child. Dao Skull's most remarkable characteristic was its incredible concealment. Under normal circumstances, it displayed no outward signs of its existence. Instead, it transformed into a faint beast bone tattoo upon the back of Wang Lin's hand. Even cultivators standing right beside him would find it almost impossible to realize that such an inconspicuous mark concealed world-destroying power. However, the moment battle began, it became Wang Lin's most fearsome trump card capable of reversing any situation. Its signature ability was Petrification through Slaughter Qi, a divine technique renowned for allowing its wielder to fight far above their cultivation realm. It required neither incantations nor complicated secret arts. With nothing more than a slight movement of Wang Lin's gaze boundless, Slaughter Qi would erupt instantly. Any enemy engulfed by the overwhelming Slaughter Qi would immediately see a dim gray light appear beneath their feet. Their physical body protective energy, and even the magic treasures they carried, would all begin turning to stone before ultimately shattering into countless fragments. This almost unreasonable suppression rendered cultivators of the same realm, and even opponents one major realm, above virtually incapable of resisting the attack. Actual battles fully demonstrated its overwhelming dominance. Later, Yao Changdong's famed 19 nascent soul fusion true body, which he had always relied upon, proved completely incapable of resisting the slaughter qi of the mother-child Dao skull. It was petrified and collapsed almost instantly. Even the 5 avatars of Xiao Yaozi became wary the moment they sensed the treasure's aura, unwilling to confront it head-on. Wang Lin himself once admitted that if he combined the mother-child Dao skull with the god-slaying war chariot, he would likely possess the strength to directly challenge experts of the Kuinie realm. Even more remarkable was the fact that this treasure served not only as an unparalleled weapon of slaughter, but also as Wang Lin's unique passkey. When he entered the secret realm of the immortal chosen clan, the ancestor guarding the realm immediately recognized the treasure as the former possession of Xiao Yao Immortal King. He treated Wang Lin as an honored guest, personally guided him through the secret realm, and helped him successfully obtain the profound Yin Cauldron. Among all of Wang Lin's trump cards during the early stages of his cultivation, the mother-child Dao skull undoubtedly stood as his most versatile and overwhelmingly powerful ace. If you enjoy my way of explaining and storytelling, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really motivates me to keep creating.